I'm Tyler, and this is Nice Custom Goods. So I'm moving from the south side of Houston to the west side of Houston, and part of what that means is preparing the shop to be moved. I am using movers to do this, but it's quite a task, and everything is just laying around like your shop, and so we have to figure out a way to secure things to dollies, to secure things to itself. For example, these toolboxes that are behind me, you move them and all the drawers open, so you got to figure out a way to secure them. But I do have a number of vices that are on dollies or furniture dollies that need to be moved around easily for the movers. So I've got to prepare those, and I wanted to come up with a way to fasten them to the dolly so they don't tip over and crush somebody's foot. I didn't want to use bungee straps because those are basically worthless, and I didn't want to use ratchet straps because they're just too long. And I saw this machine/tool on a machinist website, and I'll link to that below. And it's an incredible machine. Let's see how it works. I thought to myself, I'll just get one of those, but it turns out they're quite expensive, and I really don't need to spend the money on something like that because I won't be using it all that often. Maybe down the road when I'm packing furniture, things like that to ship off, but for now, it's not a great purchase for me. So I wanted to find out if there was a manual way to do what that machine does, and I think I found it, so today we're going to learn how to use it. All right, here it is. So this is the strap. This is the tensioning tool that the strapping goes into, and it squeezes it tight around whatever you're trying to fasten. These are the pieces, the metal pieces. They're one-time use that go around the webbing, strapping, and this is the tool that clamps these steel pieces to the strapping. And if you're curious, tightens the hoisting winch installment. Perfect. I'll show you one of the number of things that need to be secured. And this is a Yoast large vise. I'm thinking I'm going to be strapping it through here all the way underneath, and then maybe one here in the back. It's pretty secure, but it is top heavy. So let's put it up on the bench and figure this thing out. This is a Yoast 34 vise. 6 inches across the top, weighs about 170 pounds. I'm not exactly sure when it was made. Yoast has been forever. It's made in Pennsylvania, and they're bulletproof vise. In fact, this particular vise is still made by Yoast. It's called a Yoast 34C. They're, $1,500, $2,000, and beautiful. This one's missing a big chunk out of the tail and is missing the pipe jaws that go here in the middle that mount here in between. But now that we've got it on the bench, we can take a look at how the strap and tensioners work for getting this thing secure on this dolly. As you saw in the other video, all of this excess basically lives on a big roll, and you don't really cut it off, but I think in this situation, it really works fine to just take a section of it that you think you're going to be using and cut it off. This is pretty simple to use. I had no idea how to use this tool before I started filming this video and had to resource a couple different places to find something that made sense. So hopefully this will make sense to you in the simplest way. Breaking it down, squeezing this lifts this mechanism foot off of this plate. See that right there? This is your ratcheting mechanism that actually does the tensioning. It seems as though this line and this line are best if you start parallel. So we're going to do that. I'm going to take your piece here with plenty of room up to the top. Lift your foot right there. Placing that underneath. And there's your tension, completely held. You're going to take your opposite side, threading it through the first and the second, pulling out the slack. And what you want to leave room for on these odd-shaped pieces here, unlike a box that's pretty much universally easy to get to on either side, you want this to be able to have a space that you can get the tool in, because you're going to place that steel cramp right here. Okay, so we've got that there. And our steel piece is going to go right here. And squeeze. And there we go. Once the steel is tight, we're going to squeeze the handle all the way down. That's your excess tail. That's why you want that on there. And let's take a look at it. Pretty good. Tension's excellent. And then we'll add one to this other side.
I was waiting in the water, minding my own business. When I saw a girl whisper to another, the tears in her eyes mixed with the rivers. With words barely louder than the stones.
Looked great. I think this is going to be a great resource in the shop. Nice and secure, tight. I can move it around, kick it around the shop on the floor, and not worry about it toppling over and hurting somebody. So I'm going to do that to a couple more things around the shop.
I was waiting in the water, trying to decipher what she had composed with little composure. Words that had meaning, curt and revealing. I had sudden interest in the white water princess, but I turned away, 'cause I was afraid that I would hear secrets that would burn up my ears. In the rush of the water, I heard her say, I was no one's daughter.
All right, I've finished a couple. You've seen that one. Here's another one. A beautiful sterret. A giant chain. Yeah, really impressed. Nice and tight. And now I can move these things around as one unit. Pretty cool. Before we wrap up, as you can tell from the view count below, this is a new channel, a small channel, and it really is helpful if you would comment down below and click the like button. I really do want to be helpful in the YouTube community. It's a community that I'm a huge fan of, and I find it really wonderful, the community that we can help each other figure things out, particularly in leather work and welding as well. It's a little bit of a dark art, and I found it really difficult to get into those two worlds. I couldn't find anyone that would really give me straight answers. There was a little off-putting. So that's not what I want to do. So if you have any questions at all, I would love to help you get into this craft, or if you have a specific question about something that you've seen on Instagram or here on YouTube, really just ask. I'm more than happy to help you get started because this is a wonderful community of makers and we can help each other. Let's wrap up. To be honest, I'm really surprised. Sometimes you see these things and you think they're probably gimmicky or cheaply made, or they're just really not necessary when you could just wrap some duct tape or a ratchet strap on it. But I highly recommend this. What's great about them is you can get them from just about anywhere. They're from made in America to made in China to all kinds of manufacturers make them, and they're almost all identical to this one. They're usually red too, oddly enough. But it's amazing to me that you can find something like this for relatively affordable. The nylon strapping you can buy in huge rolls that are on racks that have big displays that you can, or dispensers that stand up tall so you can just reel off whatever you want. How I have it in just a big bundle is kind of not very manageable, but I'll just make a holster or something like that for it. I highly recommend this. I'm actually looking around the shop wondering what all I can strap up. It's going to be really great for deliveries. That way I can, if I'm delivering a piece of furniture, I've got these ladders. If you follow me on Instagram at Nice Custom Goods, you'll see that I've been working on these ladders that will be, it's about 9 feet tall, weighs over 300 pounds. So something like that I can lay flat. They're in 3 individual pieces. I can lay flat on a pallet, strap it up in about, I'd say, as you saw in the video, it takes maybe 2 minutes to do one strap. So if you're going to do 1 or 2 on a pallet, it's really easy to do pretty quickly. And when you're done, you just cut it off, throw it in the trash. It's pretty handy. So check these out. If you have any questions or would love some information on wood, leather, or steel, go check out my other videos, and then we can chat about what's going on. If you have anything that you'd like to see me make or build or review, let me know in the comments below. Check me out on Instagram, Nice Custom Goods. Appreciate it.
I was waiting in the water, minding my own business. When I got hit hard by a girl and her whisper,